Welcome to Creative Minds Smart Money, the podcast where creativity and business smarts collide. I'm your host, Samantha Eck, bookkeeper, business coach, and your go-to guide for building the creative business of your dreams. Whether it's mastering your money, streamlining your systems, or growing your business, I'm here to share insights that empower you to thrive. Plus, I'll be bringing in industry experts to dive into all aspects of entrepreneurship, so you can turn your passion into profit without losing your creative spark. Let's get started. You're listening to the Creative Minds Smart Money podcast, and today I'm here to talk about something that is ravaging the accounting world, and you may not even know about yet because you are busy having the time of your life in this middle point of the end of the year where we're waiting for New Year's. But if you don't already know about this, it's big news, and I'm here to help you navigate through it. So, as of December 27th, 2024, yesterday, as I'm recording this, Bench Accounting announced a service closure. They state, as this is verbatim from their website, we regret to inform you that as of December 27th, 2024, the Bench platform will no longer be accessible. We know this news is abrupt and may cause disruption, so we're committed to helping Bench customers navigate through the transition. From the entire team at Bench, it has been an absolute privilege to serve small businesses for the last 13 years. Thank you for being a part of our journey, the Bench team. Now, Bench did shut down their platform and not give access to financial data to anyone. So everyone pretty much has no access to their financial data, which really sucks because now they can't go in and get what they need to hopefully complete their books before the end of the year. Obviously, on the 30th, it's a Monday, but it's also one of the, busiest points in the year. There's just not too many people that don't have time. I just really want to focus on what can happen, like how I can help you navigate this and how we can figure out our next steps. So my main goal, of course, is to just help you get out of this. First of all, I want to state something. There's been a lot of this flying around. There is no shame in using bench accounting, and I do not want you to feel any sort of judgment or feel bad. You did what was best for your business at the time, and I applaud you for even looking for a bookkeeping software and using someone. So thank you so much for doing your due diligence and getting someone to help you there. I understand that this company betrayed you, and it is really such just heartbreak to see that this happened to so many business owners so close to a new year, because now we're all panicking because we know the end of the year is always a busy time, and navigating anything with financials can feel just so overwhelming. So as a bench accounting refugee, let me help you get these steps in order to help you with the transition. So your first step is Bench is going to be releasing your client data on December 30th. I want you to be ready to download that as soon as it's available. This file isn't going to include all of your financial information and everything that they've been managing for you. And it's a first step in making sure that you're getting everything organized. Once you have that financial data, what I really want you to focus on is looking for data that is missing. So what missing months do you have? Are there any incomplete records or uncategorized transactions? And then if you have a project management or task management system, create a checklist to identify what really needs to be completed or corrected, as this will ensure nothing is left unresolved. Now, of course, this is me guiding you through doing it DIY because I do completely and totally understand that not everyone can afford to find a new bookkeeper. And I really just want to make sure that you have the support that you need in order to close out your 2024 books. If you are someone who is just, you can't handle it, I will get to that. But I really want to just focus on getting you to where you need to be. So your next step after you have downloaded your data and assessed your missing information is going to be to gather your bank statements. I want you to log into your financial institutions, credit cards, bank accounts, any loans you might have, any asset purchases or financing, and download all of the statements for this year. It's going to be really critical for reconciling transactions and just filling any gaps in your data that you are missing for the year so far. Then your next step is to collect receipts and invoices, check your email for receipts and invoices, or, scan those physical copies in so that you can have them all in one place. Organize them either by category, if you know kind of what categories you're going to place them in, or by month, just to make that reconciliation that you're going to have to go through faster or smoother. Now, once you've got all of that kind of set up, you're going to want to choose a new accounting system. Obviously, with bench leaving, you're going to have to find somewhere to store and house that financial data. If you choose to go with another company that kind of has an all-in-one, absolutely feel free to do that. However, if you're someone who's like, I need to have that ownership of data, and because that is so important, because as you're seeing right now with bench having your data, you don't have access to that. So a lot of those companies will have that same thing where they kind of own your data. If you're someone who's like, I no longer want that, I want to own my data, here are some great options for you. You have QuickBooks Online, which is obviously one of the most popular and most represented in the accounting community. It's a comprehensive option with really great, strong connectivity and features for small businesses. You have Xero, which is a top competitor to QuickBooks. It does offer really great, robust reporting and a really user-friendly interface. You have Wave, which is a free basic platform suitable for businesses with fewer transactions. Reporting is limited, but may work for some of those of you with kind of simpler needs. And then you also have FreshBooks, which is a feature-rich option, though potentially pricier depending on your needs because they have a lot of like add-ons. I will also mention that Wave is free, but does come with a charge if you want to connect your bank account. I believe it is $16 a month, but I could be wrong. So just keep, an ear out for that. If you're looking for the most affordable method, Xero is definitely at the top of the list. A lot of my clients use QuickBooks because that's what they know and love. And I, in my firm, mainly use QuickBooks, but I am starting to transition clients to Xero because I see the benefits of Xero. If Xero is something that you are interested in, that is absolutely something I would recommend. Now, Bench on their account and on their main page is recommending Kick. As a bookkeeper, I cannot endorse Kick, and I really wish that you would avoid Kick at all costs. There's a lot of influencer marketing happening around it, people who are influencers talking about Kick and saying that you should use it. Bench did use AI, so they definitely have that in mind. But I would like to point you in the direction of a video that I have on YouTube that is specifically for Kick users. Now, if you didn't already know, as well, just a pause in the steps here, my podcast is very much focused on being more personable in the coming year and being more talkative and conversational. So there are going to be some strange breaks in here. But I did make a YouTube video a couple months ago on what is Kick and the benefits and disadvantages of Kick. So please check that out if that's something you're interested in. I do not think Kick is where it's at right now, and the pricing just isn't ideal for small businesses. After you have, you've gotten your data, you've checked for missing stuff, you've gathered your bank statements, and now you've collected your receipts and invoices, you've chosen your given accounting system, the next step is going to be to get your data in there. Now, a lot of you are going to say, well, how can I transition what Bench already had and put it into the new system? I'm going to tell you right now, Bench data is not friendly. I have had 2 clients come to me from Bench before this whole debacle happened, where we transitioned them into QuickBooks. And the easiest way to get it done was to just recreate all of that data from the beginning of the year and then compare it to what, they came up with to see if they were accurately recording it, to see if there's any difference, to see why there's a difference. So the first thing you're going to want to do is work through those transactions a month at a time. You want to focus on categorizing your income, expenses, and transfers accurately. And then you want to aim to complete 1 month per day to make steady progress without getting overwhelmed. Then after that, you want to send out your 1099s. Because we are so close to January and 1099s are due by January 31st, I want you to make this a priority first, because if you are categorizing your data and you take 1 month per day, it's going to make steady progress. You're going to have it done in 12 days. You're going to have enough time before January 31st. So send out your 1099s. If you paid contractors $600 or more, use that categorized data to identify these contractors, anybody you paid with ACH or cash. I think it's just ACH and cash. Credit cards, and anybody you pay with like PayPal, Venmo, any sort of thing like that, they have their own 1099. So you only want to focus on people you pay with ACH, and just make sure those forms are prepared and sent on time so that you're not getting penalized for that, because you have time in between now and tax season to actually get your books together, but you don't really have time for the 1099. So that's the key thing that I want you to focus on. Step 8 is to review for accuracy. After you've sent everything out, you've gotten your 1099s out, you're good to go. Now I want you to focus on reviewing for accuracy. So take the time to look at your categorized data carefully. Look for duplicate entries, any missing receipts, discrepancies between your bank statements and recorded transactions, because accuracy is key. Now that we've gotten past that January hump, we've gotten past those 1099s. Now we want to focus on the February to April, getting our financials in order so that we can find someone to file our taxes. Obviously, you can file an extension, but I want to remind you that the extension for taxes is only an extension to file, not an extension to pay. So you still need to have your books in somewhat of an accurate manner so that you can figure out how to pay. Then once you've verified that your books are accurate, you feel good about them, you're like, yes, that's everything that I want to do. You want to download and save essential financial reports in a secure location. And there's 5 I want you to download and save. It's going to be your income statement for the entire year. And then you can also do one by month if you prefer. Your balance sheet for the entire year, your cash flow statement for the entire year, a trial balance sheet for the entire year, and then your general ledger. Those 5 documents together are going to help your tax preparer just be able to breeze through your taxes with minimal questions. Obviously, they may still have some, but with minimal questions in mind. The final step that I want you to take after you've done everything, and because I want you to protect your data and have that backup and feel that peace of mind, is to back up your accounting software. QuickBooks Zero, all of them should have a way of exporting all of your data into like a backup. So I would suggest backing that up and saving it in your drive, saving it somewhere secure, just so that you have that and you don't lose any valuable information in the future. I know that this is really stressful, so I want you to have that comfort and that peace of mind. And this step is going to make sure that you really do have that. Now, after all those steps and everything like that, if you're still feeling really overwhelmed and you need someone to kind of hold your hand, again, please know I will never judge or shame you for your choices or what's going on in your business or how you're handling your finances. I'm here to support you in any way you need. I am offering catch-up services at 50% off. And I know a lot of people are saying, oh, you shouldn't lower your prices because of this, or you shouldn't do this. My point is to help you. It is not to hinder you. I know that there's a lot of stress going into this. So I'm offering 50% off catch-up services for 2024. I'm going to help you get your records organized and make sure that's nothing missing during this transition. Monthly services are not required at this point. I just want to help you get caught up because I know how stressful this is being left in the lurch. If you prefer to hand off your bookkeeping entirely and you're like, I don't even have time to do any of this that you're asking me to do, I'm here for you. Let's chat about how I can take this off your plate and free up your time to focus on your business. Only if you need it. This is not me trying to sell you on anything. I'm here to give you support if needed. So if you are confident you can handle this, just know that you can. You don't have to do it alone though. So if you need anything, please feel free to message me. I always leave resources in my show notes. Please feel free to take a look there and figure out anything else. I have blog posts up. I have posts up. I have, a YouTube video up. I'm posting this podcast. I have so many resources out there for you bench refugees, and I will not stop creating them until all of you are taken care of. And that is the most important thing to me, is just making sure that you are cared for. If you guys need anything else, again, please feel free to reach out to me. Otherwise, I appreciate you listening to this episode and spending the time with me today. Thank you so much. As a kind of high-level review and just recap, your bench data is being released by December 30th. At the very least, make sure you download that and assess what's missing so that you can hopefully get to your next steps. Otherwise, I wish you all the best. Keep being creative and keep thriving. Do not let this shake your 2025. You are still going to own it. Farewell, fellow travelers.